And hello everybody, this is me Perorg back with what the hell am I drinking today? So today I got very excited, very excited. I just finished work, go to the liquor store down the street, and I found a new beer from one of my favorite of all time brewery from Quebec. And those that know me from back home will recognize this type of brewery that I used to drink all the time for sure. It is. Let me see if I can get it quite nice with the camera. There we go, the Unibroue. Unibroue is, if you never had any, really, put a stop on the stream. Just go to the liquor store, see if you can find a Unibroue beer anywhere. If you have it, god damn it, just about anything they do is just wonderful. Now this is very exciting because, one, the label has changed. I remember drinking a beer from them called La Fringante, which had a pretty simple label. That was one of the big things that created that brewery. I mean, aside from the magnificent beer that they used to do, it's their labels. So gorgeous. Whoever was the artist that was doing those labels, just beautiful thing used to do. Now it's back to a pretty much more somber type of label. It looks like one of those New Year's beer for some reason. I don't know. It's the first thing that comes to mind when I check this bottle. It is a 10% beer, 750 milliliter, which is pretty much the equivalent of 4 to 5 beer of local beer that people drink that are like 4 or 5%. So very excited to try this out. Now, what does the bottle tell me? It's called La Résolution. So translation in English, the resolution. Very simple, very straightforward. Extra strong beer only, which is pretty much the same thing in English, like ale onlys. Aged into French oak. I am so excited. I don't even know what to say anymore. It is a dark beer, Belgium style. And what do they say here? The IBU level is 21.5, so obviously not too hoppy. Much more fruity. I cannot wait to smell it. There's, I guess in French it's SRM, which I have never learned before. So let's do this. Let's make it happen. I'm gonna twist this thing off here, and hopefully it will not explode all over the place. It's a bit like a bottled champagne. You have to be careful. Sometimes they do build up quite a bit of pressure. There we go. Oh my god. The smell is just to die for. I love it. Okay, let's look what it is like. Good head on it. Most Unibroue beer have a tendency to do that. Lots of foam, lots of head if you pour it not too carefully. And I really like that. A good head like this allows you to keep a lot of the flavors inside the beer. And helps a lot with the aromas also, because the bubble, as they pop, I find that a lot of the smell come out a little bit nicer. Color wise, it is not a dark ale, a dark stout I should say, maybe even. It is brown in color. If I put the light through it, I can see the nice little shades. What can I compare it to? It has teeny hints of red to it, almost like if it was a red ale, but definitely it's the muggy brown that pops out. A very nice Belgium style beer. It is literally what it is. It looks like a Belgian beer. Oh, the nose. You know what? I'm not even sure how to describe the nose yet. Let me pour a little bit more here to make it all fresh and bring it all up, because I will definitely want to drink a whole glass of this. Yeah, nothing in particular that pops out as far as the nose goes, aside from if you like Belgian beer, if you drink Lef, or Leafy, Leffe, whatever it is pronounced as. I do not know the true origin of the word, so I cannot quite say how it is pronounced as. But if you listen to my English, you would not expect too much of me on that level either. But great, smooth. It is not an aggressive Belgian beer on the nose. And yeah, now I will force myself into having a sip of this. Wow. Um, Caramel chocolate? Mm, almost like a turtle. You know, if you ever tried those turtle chocolate, that's the first thing that came to mind on the first sip here. Very good caramel. The taste is lingering. Very like it. Give me that little fizz at the back of my mouth here. It's tingling. Still, oh, I like it very much. Let me give it another go here. Yeah, the nose. I don't know how to describe Belgian beer as far as nose goes yet. I guess it's the little caramel, like some kind of like not sweet caramel. Like if you go to a candy store and they do some of those like sponge candy. I don't quite know the name, how to better describe it than this, but they're the big sponge candy. That's what it reminds me of. Oh God, yeah. This is a fabulous beer. It is not for everybody, I can tell that much right off the bat. Very bold in flavor. You have those toffee, um, toffee, maybe cappuccino, and those like turtle chocolate to it. Now, would I eat anything with this, or would I cook with this beer? As far as cooking with this beer, I would feel like it will be doing a disfavor to this microbrew in general. I cannot see. Aside if you want to do something very very special like um, French onion soup with a little bit of beer in the broth. That could be very interesting. Although I'm not sure if I would use this one in particular, but I've seen it done before with La Maudite, which was an excellent experience. This, if you like cheese fondue, and if you never done a cheese fondue with beer, you know what? Maybe I would try this beer just to give those flavors into the cheese and put it on the bread. I can see that just being a freaking great experience. Um, Otherwise, what else would I eat with this? It is almost like a candy in mouth right now. Like with the after flavor, I totally have that like sponge candy thing that I cannot remember the name right now. At any rate, would I recommend this beer? Holy hell, everything, everything from this company I recommend. They are glorious. It is a testament of how much Quebecers like their beer normally. We have something like what 118 microbrewery in Quebec, if not more. It produces over 4,000 different type of beers. Yeah, and I just found that in Vancouver, so it proved also that Vancouver is getting there on their beer. They have a lot of microbreweries also. Not sure if they have quite as many as in Quebec, but they sure are getting there on their beer. And this just proved to me that Vancouver may actually get to a place where Quebec will have to fight a little bit harder for their level as far as their standing goes for beer. But put that aside, go ahead, try this out. I just found that in my local, liquor store in Vancouver, right on Denman Street, which is very close to where I live. If you do not find it anywhere else, seriously, just go and pay a visit to that liquor store on Denman Street, just right beside Comox, I think, at the corner of Comox and Denman. Go ahead, grab it. They have it right now. I don't know if they're gonna have it for very long, but it is a beer that you have to try. And this is it for now. If you like this, please do subscribe to my channel if you want to see more about those beer. And I have at least 4 more coming up. 3 more coming up. This is one of the 4. I just grabbed them on my way to from work. It's coming, guys. I'm getting into those beers more and more. I like to share my passion with you. And let's see you next time, I hope. Cheers.